Howdy, Overmaska here with another quick and dirty Tactica, Chaos versus Adeptus Sororitas. I was playing the Chaos, my friend was playing the Adeptus Sororitas, and this is the game where I learned to let live and not be so aggressive. Not that I took that to heart here, but as an after action. Moving on, we played a very aggressive table, which made me happy. My Chaos is very aggressive. And the sisters, being medium range, should have given me more pause for concern, but it did not, and I just charged in blindly. We were playing Vital Intelligence. It turned out to not super matter. Here's our board. As you can see, we have one objective here, one objective here, and one on the other side of this corner here. The sisters deployed first. The Space Marine standing in for Bannermen, or Bannerwomen. This is my Chaos. I got some cultists on each side, holding an objective here. Here, using these cultists to move to this objective. Demonettes to push some spawn, because they're tough 4 wounds for 20 points. They're just very cheap. Overwatch denial. We have Shalaxi and Magnus, and we'll get a better shot of him later, but Fiend's over here. He's got his multi-meltas in the back, because he knows he's going to need them against these large creatures here. Yeah, here we go, better view. We got the Fiends here. The sisters got to turn 1, move forward. Obliterated my Demonette line here. But otherwise, not too much damage. We got our primary cultist squad holding the objective. We already got a spawn on the middle objective. We're pushing. We got Demonettes. So Chaos is off to a good start. Like, we hit their lines. They move forward. We sprung our trap. And even so, it's going to go sideways fast. And now, here's where I wanted to really talk about this game. We've got what I thought to be a fairly shoe-in stomp, because all of my big hitters are basically unhurt. They're locked in on a group that can't fall back because of the Fiends. We can use our close combat attacks for Magnus and the Fiends, but we can't, and for half of Shalaxi's attacks, but the other half have to be our Snapping Claw, because they've got her own number of attacks. And then you can't use the close combat attacks on Celeste here, because it says you start with the axe or the whip and then go to the other. But I'm in 2 units. That's not a big deal. I can kill 1 unit and pile it to the next. 10 sisters with their 3-up armors just have to survive a couple close combat attacks. Wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. They just all died. Except for the squad that he's in. The one that I thought was going to be dead. So now we're in the open, and it doesn't work out great. I've got my Obliterator Bomb here, just to remember to deep strike it in the next turn. We've got Magnus pulling away to get out of multi-melta range, and trying to smite all of the Storm Shield wearing men-at-arms the Sister Codex has. Works out okay, although he has to continue to retreat, and I don't gain a lot of ground here, but we're still pushing hard on this side. And he's retracted his sisters here in a clear respect for my level of aggression. We're still holding the board. So far, we're in trouble, but we're not out yet. This is just his turn. You can see Shalaxi is dead, Celesti's dead, Magnus is surrounded. Not really injured, but just surrounded. And he's taking the center objective, and my cultists are not going to have the firepower to push them off. Yeah, the sisters do a number on my cultists and on my whole board, to be honest. I got one fiend tying people up over here. Should have deep struck my obliterators here just to recon by fire this objective. But no, I put them over here to be super aggressive, try to kill the multi-multas, and an exorcist that has been doing very little over here. And I end up killing neither. And in fact, I lose 2 of my obliterators on my turn, because one sister fell down using their got to shoot, shot my obliterator for 5 damage because of the miracle die, killing the obliterator instantly. And then I'm like, well, how can I salvage this? So I tried to charge the exorcist tank here, trying to just turn off that shooting and hide in this ruin, and it kills an obliterator outright. Magnus still chilling. This is my ever-growing dead pile, and he's just going to start pushing these objectives very hard. As you can see, we're not playing ITC, so first floor of line of sight is not line blocking, so killed one of my guys outright. This is just a habit I've got from ITC, is first floor line of sight blocking, but you gotta remember what the rule set is. So, takeaways from this game: don't have to be so aggressive all the time. Even if you got a melee list, you can be cagey. I had options to hide, to recon by fire, to use my mortal wounds from Magnus to keep the sisters at bay, and I just didn't use them. I was too aggressive and fed right into his hands. And I think that's going to be a good lesson with my Grey Knights, especially now that they're much shootier, is you can afford to be defensive in this game. Thank you all for watching. Over Moscow out.